remember, it's taken us a while to get here. It was December 2019 when I found out that I was going to be the country of study traveler. And then COVID caused some problems. So I traveled this past summer, and I'm just very glad to be here with all of y'all today to tell you about Iceland. Those of you that have water bottles, I would ask you not to, pop them and make those noises. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about what you can expect today. You're going to have 4 stations. So you're going to have a food station, handball, art, and then we are going to try to take you all on a virtual field trip to Iceland. We have a tour guide in Iceland, downtown, who is going to try to zoom in and show us around and let you ask questions. So fingers crossed, our IT department and Mr. Shepherd have been great, so that should be one of the 4 stations. All right, so the food station. People always want to know about the food station, and it's a strange menu. It's a very strange menu. The food in Iceland, I found strange. But if you think about it, y'all, they can't grow a lot of fruits and vegetables like we have here. So one of the things you're going to try is licorice. And well, before I get into the details, I do just want to remind you that the goal today in the food station is not for you to have like a delicious experience. Your goal is for you to try items that you might have in Iceland. So I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that Icelanders are sort of obsessed with licorice. And the best way I know how to explain it is they sort of use licorice the way we use chocolate. They put it on ice cream, in cakes, in cookies, which is great if you like licorice. I do not love licorice. But I started doing some research because I just thought that was a really odd thing. Licorice comes from the root of a plant that they could grow in Iceland. And this seems crazy to think about, but for, I think, hundreds of years, licorice was the only candy that they had. So I will tell you, you're gonna have some licorice today. If you've never had it before, you might want to just try a small bite first. And then if you like it, we will give you all the licorice that you want, but I would not try a big bite. This is black licorice. This is true licorice. It's strong. It's not like red Twizzlers that we have sometimes. You will also get to try some rye bread. Some of you in advisory, you watched the Netflix documentary, Down to Earth. Another huge thank you to the IT folks. Y'all, they had to do a lot to make that happen. But in that documentary, you saw how they cook rye bread literally. And parents who haven't seen this documentary, they literally cook it in the ground because the ground in certain spots is just boiling. And they have been doing this, cooking this rye bread for hundreds of years. Now the rye bread that you're going to try today, it was baked in an oven. It was not baked in the ground, but you're going to get to sample a little bit of rye bread. Icelanders are very proud of their water. And it's a strange cultural thing. They really don't even understand why we buy bottled water. They call it from the tap. And they even, like if you ask where could I get some water, they'll point to the garden hose. It's just a very different, it's very different from the way things are here. So you are going to try some true Icelandic water. It is sold at Publix now, and they're very proud of that their water is internationally known. also, you're going to try some yogurt today. And I think this was maybe back in August or September. It was very early in the year. And one of my fifth graders sent me a picture. He was at the grocery store with his dad. And he said, look, Miss Davis, Iceland. And they said that the yogurt was very good. So I hope that you like it. I have to tell you, I went to their website to be able to tell you a little bit about, this yogurt. And y'all, you see what word I highlighted? Centuries. Now, I know my fifth graders know, because we've been working on that word all year. But if you are not in fifth grade and you remember what the word centuries means, please raise your hand. Please, please, please. Yes. Is that no? Yes. What's it? 100 years. Y'all remember. Very good. So, yes. But I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh, there's a vocabulary word. But evidently their yogurt is made in a different way. And it's just a really big deal in Iceland. As a matter of fact, when we got off the plane in the airport, the ads are just everywhere for this. This is pronounced skier, and it's part of another company, and you'll see that brand. They also have it in Publix, and I hope you will like that one today. All right, so for your activity, because we know middle school kids need to run around and burn off energy, you are going to learn a little bit about handball. And again, I don't think it's an exaggeration to say they are fanatical about handball. Now, y'all know that I am not a sports person. So I guess I would describe it kind of like soccer, maybe a little bit like basketball. Mrs. Fowler is going to tell you all about handball, and y'all are going to get the chance to play a little bit of handball. I'm not sure if this YouTube video, Mr. Shepherd, can we? No, okay, all right. So in one of the stations, we'll show you some clips from games. Handball. There's one really good when it went into overtime. It was Iceland against Norway. Iceland won. But it's a really, really, really big deal in Iceland. So one of the first things that we noticed when we got to Iceland, and particularly downtown Reykjavik, y'all, when I say art is everywhere, I'm telling you, art is everywhere, and it is intentional art. It's not what we think of as graffiti, but it's on the sides of buildings, on the sidewalk, in the streets. They truly use almost everything as a canvas. And one thing I think y'all learned from the documentary, they use that geothermal energy to heat their streets. So even when snow is everywhere, they'll still see that rainbow or see that fish. As Mr. Shepherd, oh, there we go. So even when it's snowing, the streets are warm. They're heated, which is really incredible. Yeah. So in the next slide, this is up in northern Iceland. It was one of my favorite places, Akureyri and Húsavík. And y'all, I don't know if you can tell, but the stoplight, instead of just a red circle, can y'all see that it's a little heart? I know. And all of the stoplights are like that. And I don't have a picture, but the yellow is a smiley face. And they're just a very creative people. And I didn't put this in the presentation, but you know how we have warning signs for speeding, and it will blink, you're going too fast, 35, whatever it is. They have a sad face if you're going too fast, and a little happy dancing smiley face if you're going the right speed. So it's just a really, really cool thing. So on the next slide, you'll see that today you are going to be creating some art in front of the Bank of America Theater. And we are going to be using the sidewalk as our canvas. We're going to be using the parking lot, the bricks, all kinds of different things as our canvas. Ms. Hansberry is leading this, and you'll have parent volunteers, but I want to make sure you realize, just like they say in Iceland, this is supposed to be intentional art with a purpose. This is not supposed to be graffiti. So we don't want you writing "Go Tigers" or, hearts or butterflies. No, we love the Tigers. We want to follow Ms. Hansberry's vision for what this art is going to be. Okay, and y'all, the last station, I'm excited about it and also a little nervous about it because we are going to try to all go to Iceland via Zoom. So I have to give you a little bit of backstory. Originally, the plan was to have a tour guide that I had met take you all to that Thingvellir, I can't pronounce it, that national park that was in the documentary, the place where the two tectonic plates meet. Well, the first thing that happened was they were calling for a orange-red weather day. And he said, Tammy, if that happens, they close the roads and I won't be able, to get out there. He said, but I can just do something in downtown Reykjavik. I said, that would be great. Y'all, then the man got COVID. And he is in the bed right now with COVID. And he's pretty sick. So first of all, I told him, of course, we hope he feels better and gets better soon, but I kind of had to scramble to find some other tour guides. So we are going to be working with a man, I cannot pronounce his last name. His first name is Albert, so I'm going to call him Albert. He is a retired tour guide, and y'all, he does things like this with school groups all over the world because people are learning that the one good thing about Zoom is we can go different places, right, and see different things. So he had just finished, he worked with a group of Boy Scouts in Toronto, Canada, and he had just finished working with a group of young students. He was in Iceland and they were in India. So he said, this is very new and exciting to me, but he literally said, been there, done that. This is what he does. So I hope that part works out. He'll kind of take you through downtown, but lots and lots of time for questions. All right, so that's Akureyri. They're just a very happy, friendly people. Hearts are everywhere, not just in the stop sign. That piece of art, that's actually a sculpture, and it spins. So I have lots of photos of me in that heart with different things in the background. So they're just a very artistic people. Today, I want you all to show some love. Y'all, and my fifth graders have been so great to me. Thank you so much for all of y'all who have just been so sweet and telling me thank you, and it means a lot. Yeah, no, thank you. Y'all have seen me, but y'all have not seen all the behind-the-scenes things that are going on. And y'all, it is a lot. So I'm going to have a list of people for you to thank. But first, I have to make a very big announcement. And y'all, I'm pretty proud of myself. I knew the winner yesterday, and I did not tell. Even this morning, I did not tell. I'm pretty proud of myself for that. So parents, for those of you that don't know, we had a little contest going on to see who could spot the most hidden puffins. It was a landslide. Fifth grade first grade. I'm so proud of y'all, yes. Now I'm going to tell you, I think the average person truly does not know the difference difference between a puffin and a penguin. My fifth graders, they know the difference. And all the fifth grade teachers, they know the difference because I think they're tired of hearing me talk about puffins and penguins. Second place was 8th grade, and third place was 7th grade. So y'all, Mrs. Riley will be awarding the appropriate country of study points for that Sky Hawk, I can never say it, Cup challenge. So it's almost time for us to dismiss, but before I do that, I need you to stop. See the cute little stop sign? Stop line. And we need to go over the list of people that you are going to thank. And y'all, those of you that know me, you know I hate it when teachers go, what do we say? And the kids go, thank you. And it doesn't mean anything to anybody, right? I like an authentic, organic thank you. And I hope I don't put this student on the spot, but y'all, yesterday I was running around, I was frazzled, y'all can imagine. I ran in to get Mrs. Harrell to help me with something because that's what she has to do all day, every day. And this student was taking a quiz. He comes up and he looks at me in my face and he says, Miss Davis, thank you. Thank you for doing all this. And it was Hugh Hudson. And Hugh, I can't see you because it's dark. I'm telling you, it meant a lot. It meant a lot because I was just frazzled and, you know, it meant a lot. This morning, so many, I don't even want to start with the list, but so many of you all, particularly my fifth graders and some sixth graders, have come up to me and told me thank you, and that means a lot. So y'all, we have a very long list. It's dark, so I don't know if she is still in here, but Mrs. McGargle, that's Alex's mom. Is she, can somebody point if she's in here? Yes. Now, I wish I had counted the number of texts and phone calls and times she had to come into my room and times she had to ask me for, there we go. Thank you, Mrs. Margaret. Thank you. People do not understand what an undertaking this is. So I want to thank her. Security for letting us paint in the street. Y'all, please, when you see Mr. Eugene, Diamond, they're having to clean up all of this mess. It's a lot. Miss Hansberry, Miss Tucker, the IT folks. There is a very, very, very long list. So I hope you will give them a true, authentic thank you. So before we dismiss you, oh no, it's time to dismiss. So fifth graders are going to stay with me in my Zoom to Zoom. Do y'all want to let the sixth graders go first? Yes? So the sixth graders, y'all can go ahead and go.